my own submission, host, thank you for that. There is a lot of illiteracy around the land expropriation bill, and it doesn't take much to actually notice that, right? And so I just want to challenge you, host, when somebody comes onto the platform the next time and they want to talk about land and how it's not fair and all this stuff, and the government is going to ruin everything, please ask them if they have read the bill, and then ask them to explain it to us as if we were 5 years old, because in my opinion, that's the best way to know whether somebody knows what they're talking about or not. Now onto the prompt itself. The ANC inherited 400 years of a broken system. Even just the rule of the NP was riddled with corruption. If you just look, you will see how much corruption there was in the previous government, the government that the ANC inherited. It was so bad that at some point they were smuggling they were smuggling pew-pews, right, on passenger planes. There was an SAA plane that blew up mid-air with passengers in it because of this very thing. So it is very weird to me when people come up here and want to talk about corruption and then also want to link that corruption to blackness, right? Because we before there was a black government, there was a palm-colored government, and that government was just as corrupt, if not more so. But not only that, the ANC then comes in, right? And they have 68 million people to take care of, whereas the government before them only had to take care of 6 million people. We 60 million of this country, we didn't have roads, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have running taps, we didn't have indoor toilets. And the ANC came in and they took that upon themselves to provide for a people who have been disenfranchised for centuries. So when we talk about the ANC and its inadequacy, I think we need to put things into context. They've only had 30 years to make right what was done to us over 400 years. So when our palm-colored South Africans want to start talking about how, oh my gosh, the ANC has done nothing and all this stuff, it is coming from a place of privilege and also from a place of ignorance. With that being said, it was also Black South Africans who stripped majority from the ANC. We were the ones who said, this is enough. We were the ones who said, we're tired of the corruption, we're tired of the misappropriation of funds. It was young Black people who went to the voting, who went and voted against the ANC, and for the first time in 30 years were stripped of their majority, right? So the palm-colored people were the ones who still kept spending their votes on the DA and the Freedom Front Plus. There was no change in their voting last year. It was us. That was us. And so as we continue to speak, against the corruption and the misappropriation of this leading government, the government that we have at the moment, which, by the way, is now GNU, which means when we're talking about the inadequacies of the ANC, we must also take into account that they are now ruling with the DA and other smaller parties. Okay? We're still going to vote them out, though. Now, where BEE is concerned, where triple BEE is concerned, right? I am a beneficiary of that. My family is in construction and mining. But it also caters for Mzungu women and disabled Mzungu people. It's not just for Black people. And I think once again, we see how there's such a large amount of ignorance that is happening here. It's not just for Black people. Mzungu women, Mzungu disabled people, and even Mzungu men with SMEs and big companies alike use a Black person as a front in order to get tenders. So what's the real issue here? Are they so used to privilege that equality feels like oppression to them? Because I don't see what the issue is. So when we talk about everything that the ANC has done and all the failures and all the stuff, we need to contextualize things. And as somebody, like I said, my family's in construction. We have built hundreds of RDPs. We've taken people from like the most bottom of society and given them a little bit of dignity. Are RDPs the end of it? No. But then you have ladies like the lady who spoke before me, who when Black people then build their own houses, that is an issue too. Because they should what? They should be farming in land that is not fertile. Like, come on, guys. Like, can we just be, let's not be disingenuous in this conversation, right? Nobody hates the ANC more than people with an inch of the brain, and that is both Black and Mzungu. So that's my submission, Hosh.
Yeah, you can't take money.
So you're saying you're giving people intelligence that before they have houses, they must have businesses. Before,
you must know when to generate money. You must know how to generate money. That is what the Mzungus are doing.
I understand, but before, my sister, like now, you are in the villages. You don't have a house. You are staying in a wooden house. In Matlaka. What the house of? What do they call it in English? Mesh. Please help. Hey. Mesh in
I understand. I may be living in a shack, right? But if I get R1 million, I cannot build a house only. I must know how do I generate money, income for every month.
Are you going, when you get R1 million, are you going to build a business first or you'll build a house first? You are staying in a shack.
I may even rent. I may even rent so that I may start something that is gonna do for my children, generations and generations. That's smart.
So are you saying to Black people they must go and rent? When they get land, they must go and rent and before they can build?
Before you get to rent, there was somewhere where you were staying before that. So you cannot say these people just pop up from trees. You know, but okay, I'm not saying they should not get the land back.
Because I didn't pop up from a tree. I was staying with my grandmother in a shack and I get a land. I must make a farm there instead of me building a house for me and my kids. Because a need for a Black person is not a farm, my sister. A first need of a human being is a shelter. Don't you think so, my sister?
But as I said, that I'm not coming or popping up from a tree. While I'm still there, it means that I'm still going to school, I'm still a kid, and then I got to a university. Now there,
we are not
I
kids.
start to work.
My sister, Black people
then
are not
I can
kids.
go
People
and rent somewhere and start a future.
My sister, but people that are looking for land, they are not kids, my sister. There are people that
they have houses. No, I'm not saying that the land should not be bad.
The people that are looking, my sister. I hear you. I'm not fighting as well. I'm saying the people that are looking for land, there are people who are working. They have money, and they don't have a place to stay. They don't have a place to build. Some, not all. Some does want land because they just want to build a shack. Because have you been to squatter camps? Do you know what a squatter camp is, my sister?
I know that is happening. I can even give you an example of KwaZulu-Natal where they are flooded and they are looking for a place where they can build. I understand that.
How do you feel?
It's not that I don't understand.
Those people, can you go to the squatter camp and tell those people that they don't need a land? When they get a land, they must build a farm. Can you go to the squatter camps and tell our people that, my sister? Do you think if I can stand in a podium, my sister, wait, if I can stand in a podium as Oza, and I say, vote for me, I'm going to give you farms. Do you think the people will say Awoy? Do you think the people will say Viva Rasta? Or they will say you are crazy? We don't need a farm. We need a house. My sister, me and you, we are privileged. We want farms, we want mines. But our people are looking for just a job, my sister. They are looking for just a job. They are looking for a job in a garage, my sister. They are looking for just a peanuts. They are looking for that a job that Julius Malema is saying is nothing. They are looking for that a spaza shop business. They are looking for that garage job. So you are saying to them they must look for a farm, my sister. I don't know.
While you are
Please,
saying that, I'm
no.
busy smiling while you are saying that. You know why I'm smiling, my brother? It's because that land.
Why you
It's
smiling?
because I want to give you an explanation. It's because while
No.
I'm smiling, I'm thinking these people really think that when the land is back, it's gonna be theirs. The land is for politicians. We need to be brutal truth about this thing. The land, even if we can fight and say Ramaphosa did that, ANC did that, and Trump, and include all the people even outside, we need to understand that those poor people will be like that, even if the land would come back, because the land that they're talking about is not to build houses, it's farmers, for farming, for generating money for the government. You understand? So it's not for them to, we won't, they won't even explain, even you and I will not even touch those land we're talking about. So we are just, saying that the land must just come back for our people, as in government, so that government can generate money for souls and people can have a share from that, grant, all those things, but not a tangible land to the people.
They must even share with us their companies. And I was shocked. Some are saying, no, we want land to build farms. Some are saying, no, when we get land, we'll build houses. Some are saying, how can you build houses? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. So help me, bro. What is your take? The topic is on the screen. 1994, South Africa is back. So no problem. Go for it.
There's a lot that is going on here in South Africa. I will say that before 1994, our people, they were under harsh conditions. And then that topic, when I saw it, it was emotional on my side. When you said it's been singing, as if it was right for our people to live under conditions of apartheid, as if the ship was going on a smooth plane on top of our people. So that topic for me, it was emotional. So I don't know now. Debate on it, then I'll go to the issue of the land. We can't say
people. Sorry. Ntlabi.
Yes, sir.
People of South Africa are complaining about the ANC, that it is not doing the right thing. So meaning, and they are saying, look at this. They are saying South Africans are saying ANC is destroying everything. No, some South Africans are saying ANC is destroying everything. Even some Mzungus, which we call South Africans, are saying ANC is destroying everything. So hence the topic, the ship is sinking. So that's why I will give you time. Don't worry, I'll give you time. I want to clarify on the topic so that everyone can understand. DA went on to ban the flag of South Africa, and people were not happy about it. But the story when John Hazen explained, I don't even understand his surname, John whoever, said, this is to say South Africa is burning. So when I'm saying South Africa is sinking, this topic also is not me. I saw it on TikTok and I screenshotted it. That's why when you look at it, it has an author there on it. It's not mine. So no problem. So you can continue.
Okay. I will say on this one that I think the ANC government, I'm not in support of what they are doing, their corruptions and everything. I'm against it. But if you look at some of the things, let's go to our capital city, Johannesburg. Johannesburg was sabotaged with the NGOs. We only find out now that the USA was funding the NGOs to stabilize the Johannesburg. If they see a building, the building is not right, and then they're trying to do something on this building to make it right, then the NGO will go against the government. And then look at the state of Johannesburg now. Johannesburg is bad. And then we're going to blame who? The government. But the government was in all the way trying to make the Johannesburg right. But the NGOs, they were going against the government. And then we only find out now that the NGOs, they were funded by USA. So it means someone is sabotaging us. And or else on the other side, ANC sabotaging themselves again. So I wanted to comment on this issue of the land. We like, let's say now you are the command. Let's say you are the president, and then your soldiers, they are going to war, and then they win those war. Are you telling me that if the president was not there, the soldiers were not gonna win the war. Just like in the farm, the white people, they are not driving those tractors there. The white people, they are not farming there. The white people, they are just there like a manager, just like that, like a manager buying things and everything. Just like in a shop when there's a manager and people are working. So when you're saying that the black people, they cannot run farms, but whereas black people are there in the farms, driving the tractors, doing everything, knowing everything about farming. And then it's been 30 years now after apartheid. We have people who went to university to do agriculture. They are there in the elections, in the squatter camps with degrees in agriculture. Are you telling me those people, they cannot farm when they went to university? Some have masters. Are you telling me those people, they don't know any basic thing about farming? Come on, let's take our people serious. Because Zimbabwe failed, so we now saying our people are going to fail. I'm living in Limpopo, the place that I live in. Man, it's not a fertile land. What we do, we build houses. Or shall we put pressure on the government that everyone wants an RTB house? We can't want RTB houses, all of us. Some who has money, they should build their houses to relieve the pressure from the government. So now, like, if you check, go to urban areas, there's no land there for government to build houses. There's no land there for settlement development. What's going to happen? Should our people squash in one place? Because what people tell us that we can't do things, we'll run the government down. What's going to happen? Everything has to be done on our back. We have to build so other people, they can be fine. No, it can't happen. And then we're not saying that we're going to take farms from the white people. We're saying the farms that are not in use, they can be used. The land that is not in use, the government must take it and use it. It's not like we're going to take everything. If there's a farm and a white person is using as farming, there's a farm there somewhere around Zanini, a Z22. That farm is working 100%. Oh, why are we going to take that farm when that farm is working 100%? Man, I went to university, I've done mining engineering. Are you telling me that I cannot run a mine, I cannot mine because I'm black? We can even do statistics now. You will find out the most educated people in South Africa. The most educated people in South Africa is black people. Go and do your statistics. Go and do statistics. And then if you go to I see a comment that said if you go to Eskom and check that their thing of load shedding and everything, you will find out who's sabotaging Eskom there. Those people who wrote the 40-year clause contract, those companies, you will find out who's sabotaging Eskom there. There's a lot that is happening in the country, but if you cannot face it head on, we are not gonna fix it. Are you telling me I must live in a team in a squatter camp so someone can be happy? I think that is my submission, host, because I'm gonna get emotional. I think that is my submission for now.
No problem. So, bro, before you close your submission, I want to ask you this. So, are we saying Mzungus are running land because they are educated? Or are we saying them because they are running farms because they are skilled? So is there, as black people, are we open to be trained, to be taught, or we just want land to spite the Mzungus? Is it because we want to use it, or is it because we want to pay revenge? Is the land issue about revenge or about being owed, or is it because we want to partake in the economy? What is it about according to you, bro? What can you say?
The land is not going to be owned by anyone. The land is going to be owned by state. If I want to run a farm, if I saw like I want to farm and I have qualification to start that farm, I'm going to approach the state or the government and apply to run that farm. If I fail running that farm, the government can take the farm, give it to the next person. Rather than just fencing it and leaving it there. That is mine, but it doesn't help the state with anything because it's yours. You just leave the farm and go, and that farm rot. So like we it's not like even if we look at it, it's not like white people, they are educated, they went to a certain university or a certain way to start to learn farming. It's not there.
Bro, can we leave education aside? Because we are seeing even our politicians, they're educated, but
Yes.
they are doing it wrong. So, bro, I don't think it's about education.
Okay,
because
let's go to skills.
We've seen.
Let's go to-
Sorry. We've seen companies that are run by Mzungus that are not educated, but they are still standing. And we
Yes.
see the companies or groups that are run by black people, they are collapsing. Not all, some.
Pause.
So can we
Pause.
put? Sure, help me, bro. Sure.
As I stated at the beginning of my submission, I said, if you go to the farms now, you can just go to any farm. You will find out the people that are running the farm are black people. It's not white. The white is just there with them as a manager or as a what, just buying. They will tell him we want this, and then he buys for them. The skills are already there. We have the skills.
So are you saying to me we are ready if we can
We are
just have a
ready.
shift? If we
We are
can just
ready.
have a change of hands, we can do a good job than they are doing.
Yes, and then the other problem.
We are the hands, we are the brains.
Is like the other problem that is there in South Africa.
I hear you. So are you
The other-
saying all these are you saying all these companies in South Africa that are run by Mzungus, we can